Hello, it is summer again in Los Angeles. It is hot. My hair is getting longer. I have new glasses that are threatening to change my entire personality, and I still have not gotten through my physical TBR. I was so proud of myself last year for starting to whittle down my modern, general, lit, fic, physical TBR, and I say it that way because I still have lots of classics and modern classics and nonfiction that I have touched but haven't been focusing on as much. But those all go in a separate category in my head because they take longer to read. You can't fly through those. You want to spend more time taking them in. But for my lit fic, it was 90 books was just way too much. I was having a lot of decision fatigue when it came to reading books. I was spending way too much money on books that I ended up DNFing and donating and getting rid of. And so my goal last year was to read as much of that as I could. And I was very proud of myself. I did a lot. I got it down to this final 14 books left. I did read a couple at the beginning of this year. And of this stack, I have only added one in this last year. Now, that doesn't mean that's all that I read last year, and that doesn't mean that it's all that I bought. I did buy new books, but I only allowed myself to buy new books if I had already read or started reading it via my Kindle, the Libby app, the library, if I had borrowed it from a friend, and knew that I wanted my own copy, that I wanted to be able to annotate, then I let myself go out and buy the book. Otherwise, the whole year, I did not buy a single book that I was just buying with no prior knowledge of whether or not I was gonna read it and like it in this category. And I'm very, very proud of that. But again, I have 15 books left now in this category, and I would really I think it will probably be another month or so, but I would really like to jump into these and then have no physical TBR books left on my shelf, which I just feel like that would feel so good to have such a clean slate and get to just dive into library books and more into my classics and nonfiction, and I'm very excited by the thought of that. So these are my remaining 15 books on my modern, general, lit, fic, physical TBR. In alphabetical order, we have two right off the bat that are part of a series. First is The Women of Troy by Pat Barker. Did you see me wipe dust off of that? That's a bad sign. I think 2 years ago now, I read The Silence of the Girls, and Sam got me the first book, and I gave it 4 stars, I think. It does read more like a classic, and it was harder for me to get into, and I felt like I had to work harder to read it, but it is about Troy and Briseis, and she's one of my favorite characters, and this one continues her story after the Battle of Troy, and I have started this one multiple times, and usually with the other books on this TBR, that has been criteria for DNFing and just getting rid of it and moving on. But I know that I had to work for the first book, and so I'm not ready to totally give up on this one yet, but I am struggling and I haven't been able to get past the first couple of chapters. So I'm gonna give it at least one last really good push, because this is a series. There's another one in here that I would love to read that gets into Cassandra's story, and I also love Cassandra. So one more try. The other second book in a series that I have on this list is The Atlas Paradox, and this is from the Atlas 6. I really liked the Atlas 6. That was my first push into this kind of academic, intelligent fantasy world. And I was surprised by how much I really liked the first one. I bought the second one immediately, and then I didn't dive into it immediately. And that was my mistake, because now I don't remember any of these characters enough to be able to jump straight into this one. And so I really think that I need to reread the Atlas 6 before I can get into this one, much less finish the series out with the third one. So that is the other problem. So those two, I feel like, have a very specific reason why I haven't gotten these two done. So I feel a little better about these two. I just need time to be able to reread the first one as well. But those are the first two. The next one is called One Matter Woman by Dee Dee Crane. I know absolutely nothing about this book. I picked this up at random a couple of years ago, the first time that I went to Bart's Books in Ojai. It has a wonderful rating on Goodreads, and I just love the cover and the title and the fact that I know nothing about it. A lot of books that I like randomly picked up, I gave them like a couple of chapters, and if I didn't like them, then I went ahead and got rid of them. I haven't tried to start reading this one yet, but for some reason, I am afraid to, and I don't know why. I don't know what my problem is. At some point, I will try to start this, and I'll move on. Another book like The Women of Troy that I have tried to read is The Acrobat by Edward J. Delaney. This is about Cary Grant, and obviously it's a very like fictionalized book about Cary Grant, but I have started this sucker 2, maybe 3 times, and I cannot get into it. And I really want to. I love this cover so much. I love the idea of, what is the genre that I'm looking for? Like a fictionalized nonfiction, you know? But I have tried 2 or 3 times and I just can't. And so I think again with this one, I'm gonna give it like one last really good try. And if I can't get into it again, I think I need to finally DNF it. Several books that I haven't started at all yet. This one is A History of Fear by Luc Dumas. I did a haul including this one, and I'm so excited about it. I'm still so thrilled by the summary and by the idea of it and by the genre. It's a horror, and a lot of the quotes that I've read from it so far, but I have not officially started this one yet. I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm scared. I don't know why. I'm not scared of the horror. I just can't like make myself pick it up and finally start it. And I have a feeling, and maybe I'll be wrong and we'll find out, but I have a feeling that this is gonna be a book that I love. And sometimes that scares me off from starting a book. I made a whole video about books like that. It's called like The Books That Scare Me or something. And I don't know, it keeps me from starting it, but I love this copy. I don't know. I have never read any Franzen before, but when this book Crossroads came out, I just love the print of it. It's a floppy book. I love the cover. I need to see if I can still get that sticker off. Haven't started it yet. Next, I have 2 novels by Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And Eat, Pray, Love has its flaws. I love that book so much. It means a lot to me, and I love the way that she writes. And so I had found her 2 fiction books, and I've never read fiction by her, only nonfiction. And so I am looking forward to trying these 2, but they're chunky, and I think that has kept me from trying to pick them up. So now, the only book that is on here that I have added recently is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. I just read Magnolia Parks for the first time, and in spite of myself, just really sunk into it and loved a lot of the themes and ideas that were in it. And so I'm going to continue on in the world. I have no idea if I will be interested in Daisy's story or not, but we're gonna find out because I bought it. So another chunky book that I know nothing about that I'm scared to get into is Life is Everywhere by Lucy Ives. I randomly got this because it was a buy one get one half off. I got it during a big Christmas haul, and I have never heard anyone talk about it. It's got a good rating. I love the cover of it. I'm scared. Another book that I have tried to start before is Live by Night. I love this movie, directed and adapted by Ben Affleck. People didn't like that movie, and I don't understand why. I really liked it. But I loved Shutter Island, which is also by the same author, and is published in the same style. And so I thought I would grab the other one of his that has been adapted into a movie that I loved. And I don't know if it's written differently or if I just wasn't in the mood the day that I picked it up, but I couldn't get into it. So I'm still gonna give this another shot since I love the movie so much. Haven't tried to start it, know little to nothing about it. Tell Me How to Be by Neil Patel. This was like a Target book club that I bought years ago. I love the title, and the cover is obviously very eye-catching. It has good reviews from what I remember on Goodreads, and I haven't tried to start this one at all yet, so I have no preconceived notions about this one. The Overstory by Richard Powers. I picked this one up because Sam had to read this for a class in college and just loved it. And so, and I've heard everyone else that I've heard talk about it just absolutely adores it and respects the hell out of it. And so I do plan on reading it. It just, again, is chunky, and I have been told like is a modern classic, and so that just like throws me off and makes me feel like it's gonna be a hard read, but I haven't started it yet. I have started this one before, and I am petrified of it. A Little Life. This has so much lore on the internet. People love it or they hate it, and I have no idea which category I'm going to fall into, but I have had this. I found this at Goodwill 5 years ago, I think. So it's been on the shelf for a long time, and I do want to try to read it because so many people love it so much, but I am scared. It's like 800 pages long. 800 pages. That's a lot, and I've heard that it's just sad and depressing and traumatic, and those are usually my favorites, but it scares me off from starting it. And last but not least, one I am so, unlike all of those, one I am so excited to read, I just simply have not picked it up yet, is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I have heard nothing but amazing, wonderful things about it, and Katie just read it and told me that she loved it. And I am very much looking forward to the movie, which I don't think we're gonna get for like a whole nother year now, which is crazy. And I love The Martian, which is the same author, the movie, not the book. So if I like this one, then I'll probably go ahead and read The Martian, and so that will lead me to another great book. And so I'm actually like super excited about this one. I just haven't picked it up yet. So those are the 15 books that I have left on my physical TBR. I know that I was giving myself a hard time at the beginning of this video, but I really did. Like, I got through so much last year, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm very proud of myself for teaching myself that I don't need to just like auto buy books before reading them or renting them from the library. I still love book collecting. I'm still continuing to do it. I'm still continuing to pick up new ones. It's just after I know that I like them and that I want them on my shelf. So I'm very proud of myself for that. And I only have 15 left. So wish me best of luck.